Welcome, we have mass miners. Yes, we do. We have the big dogs coming in hot on a base. Town Hall 10, not totally maxed out. However, tricky base indeed. Definitely tricky indeed. Doesn't look like a mass miner because everything's clumped together, but the power of the extra heal spell. Notice a level 7 heal spell for the Town Hall 10 here. Now, do you have to have a level 7 heal spell? I don't think you do. I mean, we have all seen mass miners, but they are definitely able to use here. Now, the key note here is, look what he's doing. Now, the thing about miners, they work better in unison. They don't really work well by themselves. They only work well in mass form. Thus, it's honestly not one of my favorites. I mean, mass attacks are not the way I want to go. I don't like seeing Clash that way. I wish we would steer away from us. But miners at their current state, they are way better together. Now, notice what he's doing here. He's using minions, wizards to create the funnel in the sense to make sure his troops do not veer off. Because that's what you don't want. You don't want your miners just circle around the perimeter and just taking out trash. But look, he missed the queen ability, and he still was able to get the 3-star. The king is just creating one side funnel, queen on the other, and the miners dead straight to the middle. So look at this power here. Now he's got max miners in the clan castle as well. So lots of firepower here. And since this Inferno Tower is so close to the outside, look, it's not even protected at all by storages. This is the deal. Now, why is this a base to do mass miner? Notice all the storages, the hit points are on the perimeter. Nothing's in the core. So there's nothing slowing down the miners as they push into the base. So the only thing to worry about is the Inferno Tower, and he is bringing a free spell plus the heal spell to keep his miners up as long as possible. But look at this, King's still alive, so many miners left, and the thing about miners is it's hard to defend against all attacks. I mean, you gotta defend against the Bowler Witch attack, and how do you now defend against the miner attack? Because what stops miners is the storages, but then typically on anti-Lalo bases, you have storages on the outside protecting your Lalo or your Inferno Towers or things of that nature. And look, my friends, Project Mayhem is showing us some mayhem. Amazing stuff indeed. Now, as I've always said, all these strategies are base dependent, so don't think you can just get on out there and do it on up. But oh my, how did the miners miss that? That's crazy. See, miner pathing is like P.E.K.K.A pathing. You don't even know what's going to happen to it. But had so many miners left up as a very kind of fast raid as well. So honestly, on a 1 scale, I mean, it's very strong, but again, I really hope it's not coming back. I don't like it indeed. Now, I will say he does have some gold storages here, but the thing about this here, you know, the bombs, typically, on a base like this, I bet he's got some giant bombs on the perimeter section, but you know, it's just not protecting those Inferno Towers. Yes, it's not maxed out, but even if it was maxed out, I still think he would have been able to 3-star it, just because some of the setup here, the storages not protecting. Look at this Inferno Tower, pretty much open on the outside. One thing that does hurt miners are the those island Inferno Towers, certainly indeed. So very base dependent, but look at that, my friends. Look at that. How many miners? That was 51 miners. 51! Craziness indeed. But we shall continue on and upward, shall we? Now we have another 10v10. Now this is not using miners, but I wanted to show a 10v10 attack, and it's very powerful here. Going to use a bowler combination with the loon portion. Common indeed. Now, typically when you're going to bring this many bowlers, what that means is you're going to use quite a bit of spells on them, and you're going to make a huge core push. You got to get objectives down with this many boulders. You're going to have to get air defenses down. You're going to have to get Inferno Towers down if possible. Yes, at least one. And of course, the Hound CC, you will encounter it because most people run that at Town Hall 10, at least in the CWL, maybe in your regular wars. I know a lot of dragons are run as well. So, but still, you would still get down to the clan castle. Look at this amazing ability. Look at that. Perfectly executed ability right on the Inferno Tower. Here comes the king. The queen got the job done. And I think this base, there was a video on it, so or actually no, I think this base, we had this base already, I think. already tuned up. Again, since a lot of people copy bases, maybe you run into that. You know, if they watch a YouTube video, if they watch a stream, you know, they'll take a base, copy it, maybe not rotate it at all. So a lot of times we've faced clans where we've had similar bases, maybe not the exact same, but very similar. But look at the kill squad, got quite a bit down. Now, the bowlers kind of died off pretty quickly, pretty quickly indeed, but they did get the objectives down in the sense they got the air defenses down. They got these, and the queen did her job. But so many loons up, and because both Inferno Towers were already taken out, look what happens here, my friends. Look what happens. Heal spell, very, very valuable with the heal. Back end, wait, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this one wizard tower could easily take out everything. Oh, and the red bomb. Oh my goodness, how did he get this 3-star? How did this happen? Oh my goodness, I have not seen this replay, but this is beautiful. Tesla up. It's got to be weak. Okay, Tesla's very weak, and the wizard tower as well, half health. So it looks like these are going to be some OP minions, my friends. OP out the wazoo. You can't even get closer in this. At this moment, you think, of course, it's going to be a fail. But look what happens here. This little minion just outside of range there, so that's really helping out. And it looks like the minions are going to collide at the same time, so the timing's really, really perfect. I mean, you can't really plan that at all. He's going to get it from both sides, so the power of the wizard tower is kind of deflected. And look at that. Even with the air skellies, look, back in loons, wizard tower doesn't even know what's going on. It's a down to the wire. One OP minion. Are you kidding me? Wow, that is amazing, guys. Amazing indeed. Whoa, man, that's exciting stuff. You cannot get closer than that, my friends. You cannot. Let's just show some Town Hall 9 attack, shall we? This is the standard. Look at this, the stone goho. Now, this is a super powerful attack. Now, there are many variations of this. Honestly, on this would have been a great Widowmaker attack if you haven't seen that video, aka the Gobo drag. Now, the reason why, it's pretty much the same thing as a Gobo ho, a Gobo, yeah, a Gobo ho. A Gobo ho, but on the back end, you're just bringing the, what am I talking about? Bringing the, instead of the hogs, you bring the dragons. Same sort of strategy here. Now the nice thing about dragons is you don't really have to worry about the queen. Now typically on these, if you can't get to the queen with your kill squad, the dragons could clean it up as well. And because all the air defenses are up here, was going to be able to get every single air defense down. You showing us how it's done, perfectly executed. Look at the double jump. First jump's going to open up probably the sweeper compartment, yes indeed. And the second jump is probably going to go to the queen compartment, and you can tell exactly what's happening. Now the only danger section that is here on the map are the wizard towers for your hogs. Of course, that is the most dangerous, but he's going to save his bowler, save his king, save everything, because he's got the heal spell in the middle. Even if there are giant bombs there, which there weren't, taking it. Now let's just pause it. Notice what's happening. Second jump spell opens up completely all this compartment. Bowlers are full health. Queen is still alive as well. This is when you sprinkle in your hogs. Again, on these 3 golem attacks, you typically do not save a heal spell for the hogs. The hogs are perimeter cleanup. And notice how he's not spamming them in. He's doing, it looks 2 per each structure, sometimes 3. He did 3 on one of them and 2 on the others, kind of spreading it out. 2 hogs can definitely take down an archer tower. 3 hogs I prefer using on a wizard tower, just because a wizard tower has a little more HP, so you can get that down a little bit quicker. But notice, again, it's not spamming them in. Trinkling them in because they were outside perimeter, they just go right to them. And typically the spring traps aren't on the outside all the time. They're in between buildings, so even if they was a spring trap activated, it doesn't have as much an effect because you're not spamming them in. Does that make sense? You won't lose as many. So, very nicely done. Look how dominating this attack is. Again, if you can, using 3 golems to jump, this exact same army is very powerful. If you want to swap out hogs, you can. You can do it with the dragon attack. And I don't think I have the dragon attack here. Widowmaker, what did he do? Did he do the dragons? Yes, he did! Well, look at that, my friends. We do have the Gobo drag. Now, let's compare the 2 here and see what the job is going to be happening. Notice, interesting, no rage spell. No rage spell indeed. So on this base, look at that, using nice wizard funnel. And he decided to bring all his golems right here in the core. You know, it's easily, since the funneling was kind of easy, you could put all the golems there. That means king and queen and bowlers are going to have free reign of everything, because the golems will tank pretty much for everything. Oh my goodness, are the bowlers are going to walk? Are you kidding me? Wow, they didn't take the jump. They went to the corner, and I think they're going to walk. Even with the bowlers walking, he was still able to 3-star this. Now, he did have 2 bowlers in the core, but having those 3 bowlers walk, that is not what you want. Again, they're not doing much damage over there. Imagine they're in the core taking down the Teslas, taking down the air defenses, taking down all the good stuff. So even with the kind of blunder, was able to get the job done. Now, of course, bringing at 3 o'clock, you could start the dragons at 12. However, if you start them at 12, that means the air defenses will lock on sooner. So I like the 3 o'clock play, going to be able to get down the queen, and eventually they will go towards the wizard towers, the expo, and then by the time they get over there, the power of the 3 golems is that the expo should drop. Unfortunately, look at that. The jump ran out and the queen is locked onto a wall. Okay, Queen AI is going bonkers right now. So we don't know, you know what the queen does. We have no idea what the queen does. Queen does her stuff all the time. She goes crazy, but even with her craziness happening, she's gonna be able to get down not quite a Tesla, but it's okay, because on the back end, even though the final air defense stayed up, he's got the heal spell. Now, I definitely don't recommend, in the sense honestly, it was a great attack, bad kind of, just kind of bad, poor AI movement. The golems didn't get in front of the queen, unfortunately. The bowlers, 3 of them went to the outside. So sometimes you can't predict that, my friends. You really can't. But even with all those blunders, he was able to get this base down. Now, did it come down to the wire? I mean, kind of. It could have. But he's got plenty of dragons up. Even though they're circling completely around this archer tower, they were still able to get it down in the end. So very nice attack, Widowmaker. Of course, the first one did have more hogs up. It was more a dominating attack. But again, on this one, just some of the pathing didn't go his way. So again, maybe it just depends on the basic, guys. It really depends on the base, but giving you a couple different strategies to get the job done. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I appreciate you watching, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Halo out.